Flipping real estate is all about reducing the risk and putting the odds forever in your favor. And while I always say flipping is more of an advanced strategy made for investors who have been in the game for a while, it can be done by a newer investor. For example, if you buy a rental property with the intention of holding it for 5 years or more, you could overspend a bit and still be able to sell it for a profit in the future. Flipping properties, on the other hand, has a much quicker turnaround. If you spend a bit too much on the renos or don't get a good deal on the property, or the market turns quickly like we're seeing right now, this may end up costing you a big loss. In today's video, I'm gonna give you all the best tips on how to start the right way from someone who's flipped over 100 properties so that you actually make money every time. Let's get into it. Number one, the first and most important thing you wanna start with is the area. It's all about choosing the right area.
But Matt, I found this cheap deal in Timbuktu. It's so cheap.
Where is Timbuktu, by the way? Before you make a mistake buying the property, the first thing you wanna check is whether there are things like jobs, amenities, schools, and more. Basically, you want to flip homes in areas where people actually want to live. Stay away from trying to get ahead of the trend. If the prices of homes are constantly moving upward due to demand and GDP growth, this is where you want to be. Not necessarily where the deals are just really cheap. Number two, you need a real deal. What that means, mainly North America, is the MLS is probably not going to work most of the time for your flip. Buying properties at market value won't work if you're looking to renovate and resell this house in a matter of months. Not anymore like it did in 2021 anyway. What you need to do is find motivated sellers that are looking to sell below market value. I know it may not seem possible, but believe me, there are always motivated sellers willing to take your offer. For example, back in mid-2021, the market in our local area was on fire, just like most areas. People were still selling their home to us for $40,000 or $50,000 under market value or more. We gave them an offer they couldn't refuse based on their personal situation. Another thing you need to know is your numbers. When I say numbers, I mean your renovation numbers, price, and the comps for when you're gonna sell this property. You need to know these very well, otherwise you can lose a ton of money on a flip. So how do you know what to pay? The formula we use is ARV times 80% minus renovations equals max purchase price. For example, if a property would be worth $600,000 once renovated fruitful style, we do $600,000 times 0.8%, which gives us $480,000 minus the renovations of usually $100K, this equals a max purchase price for us of $380,000. So if I'm looking at a property that could be worth $600K based on our comparables, I'm trying to buy it at $380,000. If you use this formula for all your flips, you will almost never lose. Number three, focus on cosmetic flip. You want to avoid major renovation jobs. Things like the foundation is leaning, the floors are sagging, the walls are falling apart, etc. Anything that will cost a ton of money and time, we want to try and avoid. What you want to focus on is things that you'll get money for, like shiny things that buyers will see. What we focus on is the paint, flooring, trim, doors, and the kitchens. All of the wow factors that make buyers excited. When a buyer comes in and sees a brand new kitchen with nice taps and a backsplash, even if it's not the most expensive materials, it makes the buyers feel like they're getting a luxury home for cheap. And that's the most important thing, their feelings. If you can tap into the buyer's feelings, you can sell them on anything. Number four, stage your flips. Why? Because buyers have no imagination. The worst thing you can do is put all this time and effort into creating a beautiful home and then leave it empty. Then when potential buyers walk in, especially if the property has a slightly awkward layout, people just can't picture where they're gonna put everything. And since we are the experts, we need to tell them where everything is going to go. We need to paint the picture for them so that when they walk into our properties, they can imagine exactly how life will look like if they buy this home. Number five, take quality photos and video. I can't stress this enough. Do not list your properties using crappy iPhone shots. The idea is to have plenty of photos and a sweet video so that they are sold before they even actually go and see the property. This way, when they arrive to the property, they are already excited and ready to put in an offer. If you enjoyed this video, you're gonna want to check out the next video where we talk about how to get your first real estate JV partner.